From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin.
It's 5:41 in the morning right now. We're getting ready to head out to the jetties at Port Aransas, and one of the things that we're looking at doing right now is we want to check all of our gear, make sure our life jackets are in working order. We wear the Mustang inflatable PFDs. We want to make sure our nav lights are up and running. We want to make sure our boat's in good working order, our bilge pumps are in good shape, and that our Yamaha's ready to go, we're gassed up. We want to make sure some other people know where we're getting ready to go, because we want to have a good, enjoyable day while we're out on the water, but we also want to make sure it's safe and that we're prepared. So we're going to gear everything up, turn the Garmin's on so we can navigate to where we're getting ready to go and hopefully catch some fish. We're getting ready to head out in our Ranger Bay 2310. We've got a 300 Yamaha on the back, and maintenance matters in all these types of activities that you're getting ready to go out. You want to be preventive before you get out there and have to try to fix it while you're out on the water, because that's very tough to do.
Waking up early, you're a little tired, but to see everything that was going on the boat was just really, really neat. Starting from the Garmin GPS, we had our tracks, we had our lines, we knew where we were going, and then we also had the radar, which showed exactly where everything was. We could see each mile marker and everything in between. It was really neat.
It just goes to show you, if you rig everything up right, you got the right gear, you take your time, you can get around to just about anything, but you always got to pay attention to the conditions, no matter what the run you're going to be doing. If you've got bad weather, obviously don't take those chances, put yourself in those situations, make sure your gear's ready and you can get out like we are, plenty early enough to be the first guys fishing the rocks.
Really, going out in the dark is a pretty tough task, but when you have the lights that the Ranger does, it wasn't an issue at all. We were able to rig everything up. We had everything set before we were able to go out, which made it super easy to get out there in the morning.
This is a great boat that people can use for a lot of different usages. Whether you're a striper, fisherman, family guys getting in and out, or obviously down here on the coast, it's just really set up that gives us a lot of different features. We've got ours rigged with a T-top, has some shade. We've got a lot of storage in this boat, and we're just kind of dialed in for this type of a trip. This is just right in this boat's wheelhouse.
This morning we headed out, and I think we were the first boats out on the jetties, and on the second or third cast, Wade flipped up there with the Berkeley Gulp, and he pulled in a nice speckled trout.
Look at him shaking that head. Big old trout right there.
That's a nice one.
You're gonna catch them big. That's what I'm talking about.
That's some dinner
Fish
right
fry! Summertime fishing along the Texas coast is one of my favorite times to come down here. You tend to get into these situations exactly like we've got right now, where you've got very calm to slightly rolling seas, for lack of a better word. And we were able to literally run out to the jetties, and and everybody knows that jetties are just fish magnets.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. Cody. When you're sitting out in a saltwater environment, it's just as simple a lot of times as keeping baits in the water. And one of my favorite ways to fish down here is literally taking a spinning rod and reel. Will's hooked up right up front right now. You take a spinning rod and reel and put some braid on it. Need another good one there, Will.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Watching Will and Cody here is a blast, because a lot of these fish, it's the first time they've ever seen them on the end of their line. And to see the excitement that they get from that moment of, throwing that bait out there and watching that bobber go under and reeling it in, and it's like Christmas morning, what's in the package? It's so fun to me to be able to come down and whether I'm fishing the end of the jetties, or I'm fishing, right around Aransas Pass in Port Aransas and they come together, or we're fishing in the Lydiana Ship Channel, wherever it may be, to know that you can just simply get a lot of bites by stopping and buying some live shrimp and then putting it out there on a popping cork and watching that cork go down. I think for all of us, it takes us back a lot of times to watching that cork to a lot of our first fish, because you're watching that little red and white bobber go down, and now you can come out here and still get just as excited 40 years later and watching that bobber go down.
Wade's a pretty good guy when it comes to saltwater fishing. He has been, doing this for quite a long time, so he knows exactly where to cast, which is where he's been telling us to, and it worked out really well for us. It didn't take long for us to get one in the boat, and from there it was just bam, bam, bam. We had caught quite a few fish, and Wade actually put quite a few good ones in the boat too.
All y'all gotta
Nice, that's a big one.
just gotta get the old man in the game.
Before you venture out, trust in Garmin to get you there safely. Visit Garmin.com for the clearest scanning sonar on the water.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Good job.
Yeah, right.
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
When you pack your cooler for a barbecue or even a tailgate party, be sure to pack it with Chillin' Brew, powered by Arctic Ice. Chillin' Brew in a cooler can keep beer at the perfect drinking temperature longer than ice. Grab some brews and Chillin' Brew today.
My secret weapon? EverCalm.
It's the first ever calming scent.
It's real smells from bedding areas.
To deer, that means safety.
EverCalm reassures even nervous deer,
which can help you get the shot.
I use EverCalm all season long.
Put it on your boots, your pants, and your decoy.
It's stick form, won't wash away or freeze.
EverCalm.
EverCalm. EverCalm.
EverCalm.
EverCalm.
EverCalm.
From the family deer farm at Conquest Scents.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
Introducing the newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
Panoptics is the future of fishing. We can see our lures coming in. We can choose the proper lures for the depth of fish are in. It makes fishing so much easier when you go to a new body of water because now you can really identify with the bass, figure out where they're feeding, what depth they're at, and really learn how they're reacting to your lures. To be able to see that kind of stuff and understand it and then interpret it, put it into your game, unbelievable.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Cabela's. It's in your nature. Ranger Boats. Still building legends one at a time. And Yamaha Marine.
What you got, Wade?
I think I got the shark.
Oh.
I really do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big old shark. You know, summertime fishing along the Texas coast is one of my favorite times to come down here. You tend to get into these situations exactly like we've got right now, where you've got very calm to, you know, to slightly rolling seas, for lack of a better word. And we were able to literally run out to the jetties And you know, and everybody knows that jetties are just fish magnets of all different species, and you really don't ever know what you're gonna catch when you start fishing these jetties. On one cast, it could be a trophy speckled trout, the next could be a shark. I mean, you just don't ever know until you put the bait in the water. There we go. Little black tip. We got him. Definitely want to keep a hold of those guys. Run around backwards and bite ya. There we go. Ready, Will. Like that. You know, that's the fun thing about a rod like this, though. I mean, Cabela Salt Striker, spinning rod combination, and you can sit out here and you never know what you're gonna catch, but you're matched for a lot of different things. It's just as simple as adjusting your drag for the size of fish. You know, I've caught 40-pound redfish on similar situations, all the way down to little bitty piggy perch, and it works fine.
Just about all the fish that we caught, besides some schoolies here and there, we'd throw up against the jetty and just start working it just like a shrimp, just hopping it and then swimming it in some areas, but they were just so aggressive. They'd hit it 4 or 5 times before you'd actually hook up to a fish. And you could actually just swim it, and if you get a bite, miss it, don't worry, just leave it there. Another one's coming right behind it. That's cool right there. You could see the bait, the school of bait moving right as I was getting through it, and then he nailed it.
That is cool.
No.
Oh! Hey, Cody, the net can do its job, but you gotta hold it in the boat.
I seem to always make a good blooper reel whenever I'm out here, and I lost a good fish today that the guys made fun of me a little bit for. I could see it just sliding away.
He lost a fish for us. You can't let that happen when you're trying to catch dinner.
That'll make a blooper reel.
Oh! We're just trying to find different ways to catch all these fish, whether it be from live bait to artificial.
You know, live bait is difficult to keep alive, and there's a lot of different reasons for that, and one of them is basically the temperature is going to go up in a lot of situations out there, and as the temperature goes up, you're going to lose a lot of the oxygen in that water. This one right here offers 2 separate power sources, so if you've got power in your vehicle or you're in a boat that has the cigarette lighter plug, you can plug it in, you've got power right there to really be able to generate a lot of aeration. If you don't have access to that, basically pick up 2D batteries, put that in there, and you're gonna have power for up to 2 days.
And it worked out really well. It's insulated, it's aerated. I didn't have to worry about the bait the whole time I was out there. All I had to do was worry about catching the fish. Oh, he's a flyer.
There, net. Oh, you boat flip him. That's a keeper.
That's done. Oh, that was close. I'm not playing around with him anymore. I'm going straight to the well.
Shake that head, shake that head. Come on up here, buddy. There we go. Oh, that's a great way to spend the morning right there. Nice limited Texas specks for a big fish fry later on. In this type of situation, these fish really liked it on a fall, where it was falling vertically, and then once it would fall a little bit, if you felt a bite, it was quick to snap that thing up and then drop it again, snap it up and drop it again, and then another one would bite it. I mean, it wasn't uncommon to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bites on a cast out there until you got a hook in one. Never gets old.
There's fillet number 1, fillet number 2, and that's dinner. We all had a good day today. We all caught a limit, and we brought them back here, filleted them up, put them in the FoodSaver, now they're in the freezer. Now we got a couple dinners for deer camp.
What great conditions to go fishing in. Starting out with our morning, run, leaving the house a little after 5:30, running all the way out the intercoastal, past the jetties as the sun comes up. I mean, it's dead flat calm. Really being able to put the Bay 2310 to the test out there. That's not even going to strain it. It's just a fun fishing trip. Watching the day break, fish are biting, it's dead slick calm. I mean, those days in the Gulf of Mexico are ones that you can definitely make some great memories, and for sure, an awesome fish fry in the future.
That's some dinner
fish
right
fry.
there.
Keep tabs on all the adventures with the Americana Outdoors staff online every day. Find them on Facebook for the latest content both on and off the water. Next time you're out on the water, take along the Angle Live Bait Cooler to keep your bait fresh and ready. Check them out at angledcoolers.com.
You know, a good knife is something that's you can't ever underestimate the importance of. That's why when we found out about Bubba Blade a couple years ago, it was just like this eye-opening experience. We now had a knife that could do everything we needed to do. And it didn't matter what we were doing. It didn't matter whether we were cutting pizza at home, cutting up salami, or cleaning deer. It didn't matter whether we were cleaning or filleting the roughest fish we'd ever dealt with. It handled everything we needed it to do.
To learn more about the Bubba Blade, visit their website at bubbablade.com. After your next successful fishing trip, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for catch with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the fishing trip at bradleysmoker.com.
Fast, affordable, and incredibly light. The all-new Shadow Ultralight from 10 Point. The lightest and most compact crossbow on the market today. 10 Point. There is no substitute.
Experience High-Vis, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. High-Vis lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose High-Vis.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The FoodSaver GameSaver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra-wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The FoodSaver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
At Amphibia, we've resolved to build a product that nobody else offers, using methods that nobody else is using, optimized for life on water and land. The choice of top bass fishing pros. Amphibia frames are designed to fit comfortably no matter how your face is shaped, to stay firmly in place through your most physical activities, and to float in water. Amphibia sunglasses are truly designed for life on the water.
Nikon's no-fault policy was created for those who continually push the envelope, travel the farthest, stay the longest, brave the most hostile elements. We do our best to deliver on our promise of a lifetime of performance. And we'll stand with you should accidents happen. Trust earned. Nikon.
Comfortable to carry, comfortable to shoot. It's slim, concealable, and powerful protection. The M&P Shield by Smith & Wesson. Confidence? We perfected that years ago.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Hydro Wave, ignite a feeding frenzy. Arctic Ice, bitterly cold. And Bubba Blade.
It's really important to me to see the youth get involved in fishing. I really see it at the high school level. You know, these high school kids, there's teams everywhere, and you really see it in areas, you know, smaller communities, rural communities. You see just tons and tons of kids getting involved in fishing, and all I can see on that is positive energy moving the sport upwards.
Nowadays, kids have a place to get started. There's high school fishing, there's college fishing, there's levels that take them from the beginner right up to wherever they want to go.
This was the event that kicked off high school fishing for us in 2010. Very first high school event we ever ran, Russellville, Arkansas. We put out this ad, we said, let's throw a big high school tournament, see who shows up. We had 76 teams from 18 different states show up to fish that event. It struck a chord with us and we say, hey, we're on to something. What I really love is that when you get guys that come from out of state, they get to see a body of water they've never fished on before. They don't get a lot of preconceived notions. They just go out and just think fish, find them, whack them, and catch a big bag and bring them in, and that's what really makes it exciting here.
These guys, these kids are learning at a young age. They're learning more now at the age of 16, 17 years old than what I knew when I was 25, 26 years old.
My dad watching us fish all day. He's the one that got me into fishing when I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
I'm really proud of them. I was really proud of them yesterday, where they fished, where they handled it. When they would lose one or one would come off, they would just keep on fishing. And that's what it's all about. You just got to keep fishing.
Adds another one, and it helps our weight.
You know, I just like the competition. I like being able to go out there and just be able to have a good time with my brother, my dad, and just be able to meet other fishermen from around the country. Is a really great opportunity to have around here. You know, it just gives us time to bond and have a good time. We always get to goof around and just, you know, I just enjoy catching fish. I mean, we always cracking jokes and just having a good time. There he is. Giant. Giant, too. I got it.
It makes me feel good just to be a part of it. You know, to see the look in their eye when you show up to get in the boat with them. Hey, you mind if I film you for a little bit? Heck yeah, get on. You know, they're all about it. They're excited. They're proud to be there.
Oh, yeah. That's what we need. Come on. Pull him. That's in the net, baby. That's a big one. That is a big one.
You know, just getting our kids today involved in fishing is the very most important thing that I think we can do. As an older generation, it's a great, great sport. I love seeing them get involved.
Not only does it teach them about fishing and sportsmanship and etiquette on the water, and just gives them exposure to how a professional tournament series is run.
Yes.
It's huge for these kids. I'm proud of them.
Yes.
Gosh, Colin.
I'm
speechless right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2015 High School Fishing World Finals champions. Give them a huge round of applause right there.
In recent years, competitive college bass fishing has also paved the way for getting youth involved in the sport.
The collegiate bass fishing has grown so much, and what happens is those kids are the guys that are going to actually, you know, they're going to be the business leaders of tomorrow. Some of them are going to be professional anglers, but they're the ones that are going to continue to drive our sport up.
It's something that we're proud of. It's certainly an area that we feel like our involvement can help grow the sport as a whole, which is huge to us. And as long as the sport of bass fishing succeeds, we feel like that's a win for Ranger boats.
I think everybody's recognized that and the opportunity to really, you know, get the product in these kids' hands, which are the next generation of the sport.
These guys are the future of fishing. These are the guys that you're going to see on the Elite Series, the FLW Series, 3, 4, maybe next year. Some of these guys, they could be out there.
They will be the future of fishing. They're going to be the ones that are leading the conservation efforts.
And I think it's important for all your sponsors, you know, to be a part of this and be a part of the Collegiate Bass Fishing Trail, just because of, you know, they are the up-and-coming generation.
You better look out, because these college anglers are going to be good. And that's an important thing, that we live in a country where you can have a dream and have some hope of achieving the dream.
These are the top of the industry sponsors that are showing up. They're the Rangers, they're the Cabelas. I mean, the biggest names out there. They're getting behind these groups, and they're supporting these kids and giving them a platform to grow their abilities and really just kind of give them a chance in the sport. Get behind them programs and supporting the college fishing, the high school fishing. That's going to grow our sport to another level. That's going to get more people involved in fishing, and it's just going to make everything as a whole that much better.
Before you hit the water, don't forget to stock up on all your fishing supplies. Visit your local Cabela's, where you'll find the widest variety of rods, reels, and lures, or whatever you may need. Hobie Kayaks provide the ultimate lightweight fishing platforms that will offer anyone what they want when it comes time to hit the water. Hobie Kayak's commitment to innovation, quality, and owner satisfaction is unparalleled in the industry. So when it's time for you to go kayaking, remember there's only one name to remember, and that's Hobie Kayak.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
Stealth Cam. Trail cameras with features you demand. With the durability and performance you can count on. Built to withstand even the harshest conditions. Stealth Cam. Join the trail cam revolution.
The world's best fishing line is now available in the United States. Sunline FX2, the strongest braid available.
Son, this braid, I'll absolutely love it.
Reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Engel Coolers, Gill, respect the elements, FoodSaver, the #1 vacuum sealing system.
Today we're out here on Calaveras Lake, Cast for Kids, helping some of them catch their first fish of their life. I really enjoy it out here and looking forward to catching a ton of fish. They're just smoking them today, so it should be a fun day and I'm looking forward to it.
You know, Cast for Kids is an organization that provides underprivileged and kids that normally just may never have the opportunity to fish, to have that opportunity. And what I see it doing is bringing in also their parents, actually letting those people actually get in the outdoors and experience what we've gotten to our whole lives.
Take your picture with your fish.
Look, here it comes.
Fish.
Here it comes.
It's exciting, and it's for me, it makes me feel good because I know that because of his special needs that there are limited things that he can do, but just to be able to come out here and do that, it kind of gives him a little bit more experience with life and just to see what everybody else does on a normal routine.
All right, Max, good job. Hold it up, there you go.
I caught a real life fish. Yeah, you did.
You know, the kids are out here, they're having a good time, and we've got, I think, over 150 volunteers out here serving as buddies to the kids out fishing.
CPS Energy is our prime sponsor. I can't even tell you the job that they do for us. They provide so much for the kids. No one person can do all this. What we do is partner up with other agencies that basically, other agencies that have big hearts for special children, and once you get it going one year, it just morphs and you just keep doing it, and here we are in our 13th year doing it, and you know, you get the same volunteers coming every year because they love it. They absolutely love it.
Well, I'm just trying to give back to the kids. I mean, we all been kids at one time, and it kind of helped me along in life, you know, just trying to give back to something I like doing.
You know, these kids fishing events like this are so important because they energize not only the kids to become more involved in the outdoors, but they show the parents how fun it is to see a big group of kids out smiling and having a lot of fun. We've been fortunate to be involved with Cast for Kids, CPS, the San Antonio River Authority, Texas Parks and Wildlife for almost 2 decades of coming to events like this. And you know, the end result is the introduction to kids at all levels across the state and across a lot of different economic barriers so they can come out and catch a lot of fish.
This is an opportunity for them to experience something different with their families and their siblings and their parents. And it's just kind of respite for them. They get away from a few hours of the stresses of raising a child with a special medical need, and they get to come out here and relax and get a little bit dirty and fish and meet some new people. And it's an opportunity they wouldn't most likely have otherwise.
These special children are in every corner, every city. There's no reason we can't have an event like this in every city in the country. There's kids out there that deserve this opportunity to have some fun in the outdoors. And that's our goal, just to expand and bring more smiles to kids' faces. That's what we're all about.
What CAST really needs is just people to give their time. I mean, it doesn't have to be a financial commitment, just a commitment to where, you get out there and help a kid for a day. It's not much, but getting to spend that time is very rewarding for them, but I promise you, it's also really rewarding for you.
If you enjoyed this show, then we encourage you to check out AmericanaOutdoors.com for more great stories from the field. And a special thanks to our sponsors for making this episode possible. If you're in the market for new gear, please support those that support us. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.